The road to the 2020 Kentucky Oaks continues, and this time let's take a look at Oaks Contender Tonalist Shape, and she is now 5 for 5 after a victory in the Devona Dale. Let's take it start by start for the daughter of Tonalists. We'll take a look at the pedigree later. But she started off 5.5 furlongs in a maiden race and ran fast in September, an 86 Brisnet speed figure, winning by a length, coming from off the pace, 8 lengths out of it, drew off at 20-1, and fans were licking their chops that day as she came motoring around the turn and visually looked like she would be a good 7 furlong mile type horse after that debut victory. In her second career race, she stepped it up into an allowance, non-winners of 2. She was bet down to the favorite that day, and she drew off by 2 lengths. Again, coming from off the pace, coming from 4th place at the half-mile call. In her debut, she came from 7th place at the half-mile pole, and so she showed that she's got a little bit of versatility, can come from off the pace. Then she went into the stakes race, the Hut Stakes in November at Gulfstream Park, and she won by 9, tackled the field that day, drew off. She was on the lead at the second call, and that kind of stamped her as kind of improving. Whenever a horse can start to move up closer to the pace as they stretch out in distance, it shows a little bit more talent, a little bit more versatility. Then she moved forward in the forward gale, winning by 3 lengths. Again, only a half length out, but she was kind of under a drive that day going into the turn off a little bit of a layoff. She hadn't run in December, had missed all of January. That was on February 1st, so a little bit longer of a layoff. Took her a little bit while to get going. Drew off by 3 at 30 cents on the dollar, so she was 4 for 4 going into the Devona Dale, and she was not the favorite. The flavor of the month, Spice is Nice, had won her maiden fast, and she was bet down to the favorite at 4-5, and Tonalist Shape went wire to wire in the Devona Dale, winning by a length and a quarter, but really had Spice is Nice measured the length of the stretch that day. And Tonalist Shape now 5 for 5 as she heads possibly for the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and then hopefully the first Friday in May, the Kentucky Oaks. Tonalist Shape, first crop by Tonalist. Tonalist was a 2-time winner. Did most of his damage at Belmont Park, won the Belmont Stakes, won the Kentucky Jockey Gold Club Stakes, also ran 3rd in the Met Mile, and really had a nice mixture of some good races as an older horse, ran well as a 3-year-old, was a late developing horse, winning the Belmont Stakes and some other big races. So he was well received his first year. Now his stud fee did go down. He's got a couple of crops out there. This is his first 3-year-old crop. So it'll be interesting to see if Tonalist, who's developed a couple of nice horses early on in this 3-year-old season, I thought he'd be a nice sire, and I think he brings some of that tap-it pedigree to the party, and he's been able to get some distance horses. Also, Harlan's Holiday, he tends to get some sturdy horses. So if you want horses to breed to race and kind of some distance pedigree, I think Tonalist Shape kind of fits that bill. And Tonalist Shape, definitely one of the contenders here for the Gulfstream Park Oaks and the Kentucky Oaks. Overall, a solid pedigree. Brisnet speed figures have been anywhere from 90, 99, and 93, so she's ready to collapse and get to that 100 mark as we head into April and May of her 3-year-old season. Definitely a contender on the Kentucky Oaks Trail. Tonalist Shape, what do you think of her? Leave a comment below, hit subscribe, and like and share this video as we lead you on some of the spotlighting, some of the Kentucky Oaks contenders for 2020.